Welcome back, everybody, to Let's Play Chrono Cross. In the last video, we destroyed the last of the colored bosses. We mopped up the floor with the final one. And now we are going to step on this platform. I thought about which characters to use, and I will stick with these guys here. Although, should I... Yeah, I thought about putting opposite colored plates on everybody, but no, I will stick with stone mail. It's just, I think it'll be fine. I did a practice run of what's coming ahead. I think we should be good. And if you saw my X-Strike trick in the last video, I'm totally going to abuse that in this video when the time is right. Alright, where are we? Alright, so the stone wall just came down. That's good. We got a set of stairs. Nothing more ominous than a stone set of stairs. Alright, I'm not controlling. Ah! Who's that? Help! Stop it! Kill me! Okay, this is really creepy and messed up. Welcome! Oh, well, that's different. Welcome, humans! Those who know the torment and joy of creation... Wait, those who know torment and joy of creation know also the pleasure and pain of destruction. Therefore, all that pass through here must be prepared to share the burden that I carry. Who are you and what's your burden? I like Sarah just looked at the rest of them and then they started running. I'm like, okay. Okay, so I'm still controlling. Well, what is that in the center? Doesn't look like much. Looks like a... Oh, yeah, there's Kid. If she's not in your party, she'll pop up right here. That thing had eyes? Kind of almost looks like a jewel that looks like a fire. So this is the true frozen flame. Struth. Oh. Yeah. That's right. Harley stole the frozen flame, so she must have taken it here. And I remember the first time I ever played this game, I thought she was saying it was called Struth. Nah, that's just something Kid says. I think it's her little slang of saying it's the truth. It's truth! I don't know. I don't know what Struth means. Hold on! Don't touch it! Oh, yeah. We tried to tell you that earlier, but you insisted on trying to touch it. And it's giving Serge a migraine. Hey, Serge is the arbiter, remember? What do you say now, Kid? Is everyone okay? Yeah, we're fine. I could have had Kid for this, but nah. Bugger you! Us humans ain't gonna let you have your way any longer. Come on, show your bloody self. Whoa. Okay, thanks for showing yourself. I don't mean any problems. In order to survive, all living things in this world fight desperately and devour those they defeat. No, that's not the dragon god talking. One must kill other living things in order to survive. One must destroy another world in order to allow one's own world to continue? Well, that's what it looks like here. The wounded, in turn, wound and torment those weaker than they themselves are. There are only the killers and the killed, the sinners who are judged and the victims that do the judging. Huh. What meaning is there to such a world? That's not usually how it works. Usually it's... You ever heard histories written by the victors? Whether there's meaning to our lives or not, we still go on living, you know. You got no right to deny that. Okay. There you go. Every Final Fantasy game does this. Oh, even though there's no meaning to our lives, we still live. I shall cleanse this blue planet of you filthy humans once and for all. Whoa. Alright, guys. Are you ready? Rumble! Again! Yeah. This is the Time Devourer. Okay. Yeah, Sucker's White Elemental. For now. So, Sayre's not too useful. To my knowledge, he has nothing to steal. And yeah, this is some pretty cool music we're hearing. Yeah, to my knowledge, he has nothing to steal, so... Fargo's kind of useless, but I got all the cure stuff on Fargo, and I don't feel like removing any of that. Okay. Does Glenn have any diminished? Actually, Sayre has a couple diminishes. Might be a good idea to get at least one of those going on. Though in my practice run, I don't remember using diminish. But this is kind of an interesting boss. You know, right now we're here on this platform, right? And we're fighting this thing, which is White Elemental. Well, let's just try and do as much damage to the thing as we can. That's good. I'd like to refrain from using too many techs right now. That music's a little weird, but it works. Okay, did we kill it? Well, no, we didn't actually kill it. You do enough. I guess if you do enough damage, it goes into another phase. And yeah, I guess this is the Dragon God, which is made up of all 6 dragons. I wonder if it's made up of all 7. So yeah, and that's why I had Stone Mail, because every time we transition, you get that little drop, which can hurt. All right, well now it's Yellow Elemental. And this is where we fought the Yellow Dragon, the Earth Dragon. Now that we've done that, I would like to have Glenn use his final tech, Dive and Drive. I've experimented using the summons for this. It works, but I think it's unnecessary. Like that right there, I mean, that's awesome right there. 999. Awesome. Alright, see, I'll bet you, yeah, we already done enough damage to where he's going to go into a new phase. Alright, where are we now? Okay. Guess where we are now. So, let's see. See, now that he's Red Elemental... Oh, no. Yeah, now that he's Red Elemental, we'll have Fargo work on him. I was about to do something really stupid, but I didn't. Let's use the Invincible. Wish there was a little bit more... Oh, I should have given the blue field to, somebody. Oh, well. I didn't. Ah, this will still work. That's not too shabby. Okay, shouldn't be too worried about that. The only thing I may have to worry about is burn. Okay. Yeah, I forget. He casts Arrow Saucer and he takes like forever to do it. Eventually, okay. See, now he's starting to get nasty. Eventually, he will do Omega Colors, and that, of course, you know, is not too good. So let's kind of hope he doesn't do any of that stuff. Alright, have Glenn go again. Okay, I think we did enough damage. I wonder if this is following the element order. Yeah, see, now we're doing green. We did yellow, red, and then green. Okay, it looks like we're following the element order. I got no yellow elements, and Glenn's kind of useless then. That's alright. Good damage there. I mean, I'm still going to use Glenn. He just won't do as much damage as I wanted. Tornado, that might actually hurt it a little bit. How bad? Yeah, a little bit actually. Well, since the field effect's already all green, let's just go ahead and do a heal all. I don't think a cure-all is required. Definitely not a holy healing. This is good enough. Yeah, there we go. Now, we may want to kill this guy somewhat quickly. I think I just did. Okay. Well, I mean, not kill him, but switch phases. It may be a while before we actually kill him. And I'm just trying to save as much element power as I can. Now, I'm guessing this next one's going to be blue. Yeah. Where we fought the blue dragon. Alright, the moment I've been waiting for. Unfortunately, Glenn's stamina sucks right now. There's nothing I can do about that. So let's go ahead and put strength in on Glenn. Let's get Fargo back up a little bit. That's good enough, because I don't want Serge to run. Serge's probably going to run out anyway. Let's do strengthen on Serge. Yeah, he did run out. Need to get him back up. Alright, Fargo. Now, if this thing does not screw me over, let's hope this thing does not interrupt me, but we're gonna do it again. Red field, got strengthened on the boys. Don't interrupt, don't interrupt. X-Strike! Whoa! I knew it was gonna do that amount of damage, I had to react. That's probably like way overkill, but because I don't know if his HP changes as you transition or not. But now we should be in the black. Yeah, this is over at Marble where we fought. Excellent. So now this is Serge's turn to shine, and he should still have strength on him. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's go ahead. Ultra Nova or Flying Arrow? Let's start with Flying Arrow. I may still have Diminish in effect. Well, it's probably worn off by now. I may want to consider recasting it. That should be enough to transition to the next one. Does he even move? Yeah, he didn't even move. And now we're back at white, where we started. So it follows the same color order, except it started with white. But, you know... But it's still yellow, red, green, blue, black, and white. Okay, just kind of interesting. Alright. Now, we really do want to think about killing this guy. And Fargo's not doing a very bang-up job at it, but Glenn should. Uh-oh. If Glenn can hit him. What you gonna do there, buddy? You gonna hit everybody. Okay. Let's get Glenn's stamina back up, because he had to miss. There you go. I want him ready to use Diminish just in case. Yeah, this right here is going to hurt. See how much damage this does. Shoot, I hope that doesn't kill us. That didn't do a whole lot of damage. Okay, so Diminish is still in effect. Let's go ahead and cast another Heal All. I'm not ready to do a Cure All or a Holy Healing just quite yet. Unfortunately, I have only one more Diminish, and Glenn's kind of holding on to that, so... Well... Alright, come on, Sergi. Oh, he's dead! We did it! We beat the Dragon God! And he flashes all different element colors. That's awesome. Woo! Is that it? Looks like it's it! Yay! We beat Chrono Cross! Woohoo! Right? Except it's given us a whole bunch of items and money, so that can't be a good sign. Now I shall truly awaken again. This too is destiny. And it's gone. Oh, there's Balthazar.
That thing, the Dragon God, is only a quasi-existence, a temporary form that the real Dragon God uses in order to appear within this dimension.
What? Oh, this game's bad about that. This is your real enemy. Just kidding. This is your real enemy. Just kidding again. This is your real enemy.
The actual Dragon God was consumed long ago in the distant past, integrated by the entity known as Lavos, in a time on the other side of the dimensional darkness.
Oh, so Lavos had something to do with it.
The frozen flame is a splinter from the extraterrestrial being Lavos.
I know all this, guy.
The one who connects with the frozen flame, in effect, links with Lavos himself. As the mediator between Lavos and living things, that one will gain extraordinary powers by binding with the new seed of destruction, the Devourer of Time.
What in blazes is a devourer of time? Something that eats time. Now go to the place where time began divided and weave the threads of time together again, Chrono Trigger. Place where time became divided, huh?
The Devourer of Time is a new life form, born out of the fusion of a life form from this planet with Lavos, who nests on the far side of the dimensional void.
In other words, the Time Devourer is somebody from our dimension, presumably a human, who linked with Lavos. Oh.
In the far-off future, when the fusion becomes complete, it will awaken.
So it's not awakened yet.
Then the Devourer of Time will begin to consume all space-time continua, despair and hatred, to return all things to nothingness. That is what it desires.
So it's basically Chrono Trigger all over again. In the future, it's going to destroy everything. Only this time, it's not going to destroy just the world. It wants to destroy reality. So it's a Final Fantasy boss. That's all it is.
Here, take this with you.
Sears received the Time Egg. I know what that is.
That Time Egg will enable you to travel beyond space-time. The world is in your hands. Go! Release the life that is imprisoned.
He must be talking about the human that fused with the Time Devourer. Huh. Wonder who that was. Probably nobody I know. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. As usual, the boss was apparently a support pillar for the entire structure, because now it's all going to fall apart, I guess. Crikey! What in bloody hell's happening? This space is going to crumble to pieces. Yep, we might want to get out of there. So, the Reptites, or the Dragon Gods, whatever, they were one dragon, Fate cut them up, now that Fate's gone, they fused together, they rebirthed Terra Tower. Like, what were they planning to do? I mean, they didn't seem content to go, they didn't seem eager to go destroy mankind, they just wanted to sit there and, what were they doing? I went to Terra Tower and there they all were, You always get these villains that, they do nothing but sit on their butts and wait for us to actually come and attack them. Uh-oh. Yet again, a four-winged dragon, and those look like eagle's wings. That's pretty cool, especially since it's a stone structure, but nah, the Sky Dragon's still cooler. Closely rivaled by the Black Dragon. So that's Terra Tower's final true form. And what's with this true form stuff? So how many true forms does it have? In the end, we're all the same. Everyone's dreams of becoming greater, more powerful. What, we're the same as that Terra Tower? I don't think so.
We've come this far. All that remains is to defeat the Devourer of Time. Once we wipe out the Devourer of Time off the face of this planet, it's all over. Hopefully everything will go back to normal again.
Hopefully. You're wrong. Things won't ever go back to the way they were. Destiny, fate, is dead. Oh yeah, it is. From now on, us humans have to choose our own way in life. We also have to take responsibility for the choices we make. And something's got to be done about the way we go on hurting and killing one another. There's your moral message of the game again. We've got to settle our differences once and for all. So I defeated Fate. And then if that wasn't enough, I defeated the Dragon God. Boy, I'm just going out and, like, destroying everybody's religion. Listen, what's really important is what we do now. The issue ain't whether we defeat that or not. I'm afraid that depending on how we go about it, we could lose out on gaining something real precious. So the issue is the way we fight. Remember how she says that. It's not who we fight, it's how we fight. Remember that. So where on earth is the real Devourer of Time? My guess is the key to finding it lies at the beach. That's where this whole thing started. It's probably where this whole thing will end. Yeah. The voice did say go to the place where time became divided. So I don't suppose we can go back there. Doesn't look like it. So yeah, Terra Tower, that's it for it. Well, now you once more have a chance to roam the earth in case you didn't before, so anything you haven't done already, go ahead and do it now. So let's go to the place where time became divided in the first place. And you know what? I'm going to make a slight adjustment to my party. I'm going to bring in Kid, just for extra dialogue purposes. Alright. There doesn't appear to be anything here. Oh, Time Devourer! Well, no, as you may remember, technically for us, the place where it all started was Opasa Beach in Homeworld. So let's go back to Homeworld and use the Astral Amulet and all that good stuff. And get ready for one more bit of plot dump. I'll show the cutscene, why not? It's the last time. Whoa! Well, this is interesting. Okay, now, there is normally no music here. This music that you're hearing, I added this because, well, I want you to get this theme in your head. Just get used to this theme. This theme is, by the way, based on the end credits theme of the game, which is called Radical Dreamers, so we'll just call this, for lack of a better word, the Radical Dreamers theme. Just get it into your head. Ooh, there's a new wormhole here. Well, we'll deal with that in a minute. Well, actually, we won't. Not in this video. So we have our friends from Chrono Trigger here, and they don't look like ghosts. They look real enough. Well, let's talk to them one by one, starting with Luca. If I can ever. There we go. So you finally made it, Serge. Yep. When did this sorry tale all begin? Was it 10 years ago when you almost drowned here? Could have been. Or was it 14 years ago when you were attacked by that panther demon, or wounded by the panther demon that attacked you? Resulting in you being carried to Chronopolis, where you came into contact with Fate and the Frozen Flame? Or perhaps it was even 2,400 years in the future when the time crash hurled Chronopolis back to prehistoric times. Or it could have even been 12,000 BC when an ancient magical kingdom met its end after trying to use llamas. Okay, my voice hurts from doing that. Hey, maybe it began in 65 million BC, when llamas first came to Earth. Each is close to being correct, and yet, at the same time, so far from the right answer. The true beginning was during the destruction of the ancient kingdom of Zeal. Oh yeah? As the place collapsed around her, Princess Shala was sucked into a dimensional vortex along with the Lavos Mammon machine. Shala? Just had to do it, huh? We just couldn't go through the entire game without doing it. Whatever. Yeah, so Shala was sucked into the dimensional vortex. Okay. Well, quick recap of Chrono Trigger. Again, I'm going to spoil it again. Here, I won't spoil that one thing. After that one thing happened, that unthinkable thing happened, you know what I'm talking about when Lavos, when Lavos did that thing that you just couldn't believe he would do. Shala said, the last of my pendant's power will send you to safety. And she sent us to safety. But she wasn't able to escape in time. Now, that was, of course, the result of us meddling in the timeline. In the original timeline, she probably used her pendant to get her and her mother out of there. But this alternate timeline, not so much. So, okay. So, apparently, she got sucked into a dimensional vortex with the Lavos Mammon machine. Shala and Lavos became unified into one even more powerful entity that would evolve into the Devourer of Time. Oh! Filled with the hatred and sadness of Lavos, half of Shala's mind became set on destroying all of existence. So Shala became evil, or at least half of her did. Yet at the same time, the other half of her mind desired to save the universe and to be rescued herself. Okay. As Shala fell through the time gate in this condition, she heard your crying echoing through time. What crying? That is when her story and yours begin to intertwine. It is also when the past and the future began to intersect and when the world became divided into two. Led by the pitiful crying the young Serge made as the panther demon's poison took hold of him, Princess Shala traveled 10,000 years in time to try and make contact with this dimension. Okay, so somehow Shala, or when Serge was attacked by the demon, the panther, he was crying, and somehow his crying reached the ears of Shala. Don't know how that happened, so she traveled 10,000 years into the past, I guess, to try and figure out what it was. This caused a raging magnetic storm that resulted in Fate's system malfunction, which led to Serge to the frozen flame. So she caused the electrical storm. And we may remember, Serge was wounded critically. Wazuki and Miguel first went to Termina to get medical help. That didn't work. So then they went to Galdove. That didn't work. So then they decided to go to Marbul, and that's when the storm blew up, and they ended up getting taken to Chronopolis instead. And Serge made contact with the flame, because the system was down for a minute. Yes, Serge, the sound of your crying touched the heart of Princess Shala. Before the destructive mindset could become dominant, she cloned herself and sent her copy into this dimension. Well, that's interesting. So apparently, while she still had a little bit of free will, she cloned herself. And dropped the clone here. Shala left her baby daughter clone with her ancient pendant possessing magical powers. She left a little baby clone of herself. That was to safeguard her daughter clone in life and death situations. The pendant would rewind time a little, sending her daughter clone into a safer point in the immediate past. That's right! Kid is Shala's daughter clone! What? Kid is a clone of Shala? I don't think so. Now, in the original Chrono Trigger, Shala had blue hair, pale skin, and what happened? She looked like Riddell, honestly. The way Riddell looks in this game, that's how Shala looked in that game. Apparently, she's a blonde in this game. Whatever. You're wrong. I'm me. I ain't no Shala's daughter clone. Yes, that's right, kid. If that's how you feel, I think Princess Shala would have wanted it to be that way, too. And yeah, you may remember at the end of my Let's Play of Chrono Trigger, I showed one of those alternate endings from the PlayStation version, in which Luca's playing around with her little robot that she just created, and she sees a little baby with a pendant, right? And she takes the baby. Well, that was apparently Kid, who was a clone of Shala. Radical Dreamers uses the same story. And now about Project Kid, the time control project Balthazar planned out. Yeah, we saw the words Project Kid above the main computer room over at Chronopolis. The whole project existed to lead you to this one special point in time. The founding of Chronopolis, the time crash, and the battle between fate and the dragon gods. It was all coordinated so that you would get your hands on the Chrono Cross and come to this place. So we were being controlled by somebody else. Who was it this time? Of course, Kid was not to know anything about this whole plan until later, when all this would finish. Oh, this whole project was Balthazar's brainchild. Further in the future, Kid is meant to travel back 10,000 years in time from now to save Serge from drowning. Oh yeah? And then Kid was also meant to call Serge into the other world as he spoke with Lena here on Apasa Beach. At the very beginning of the game, somebody was calling Serge, and that was Kid. But it was a future Kid. You're our last hope, our final chance. Only you, who came into contact with Shala and Kid, Shala's clone daughter, can do it. In the darkness that exists on the other side of time, Shala has been integrated with the Devourer of Time. Please, Serge, release Princess Shala from the binds of that monster and her own hatred. Show us, the life forms that exist on this planet, what our new future will be. Huh. So, just one more little recap before I go too much further. Yeah, Balthazar planned this whole thing out, apparently. But, what was I going to say? Yes, anytime you hear we had the voice talking to us, well, apparently that was Shala. She was able to speak through the frozen flame. So, there you go. Now let's talk to Marley. Marley looks so cute. A new species is about to be born on this planet. An alien life form, even more evolved than the old Lavos. At the darkness beyond time, the weakened Shala came under the influence of Lavos, and the two became one entity. I know. It is now up to you, the one whom the frozen flame has chosen as its arbiter. You alone can decide how the new Lavos, which has encaged Shala within it, will evolve from here. Your actions will determine whether in the future all time is devoured by Lavos, sending the world into everlasting death. Balthazar foresaw this was going to happen in his world in the year 2300, and he was determined to prevent it from happening, no matter what it took. He also wanted to save Shala. The Chrono Cross, it alone can combine the 6 sounds of the planet, or the sounds of the planet that the 6 type of elements produce. The melody and harmony that brim with all life forms. Use the Song of Life to heal her enmity and suffering. We entreat you, Serge. Please save Shala. Okay, that's all she's gonna say. And now, let's hear what Chrono has to say. If you played Chrono Trigger, you will appreciate how funny that sounds. Let's hear what Chrono has to say. Insert crickets chirping. Hey, Chrono, talk to me. Where even angels lose their way. 10 years ago, you died at this very spot. There's no mistake. You drowned. The truth is, this world in which you are still alive is an irregularity. This is the false reality. Oh yeah? This is the alternate world then. 10 years ago, it was Lynx who tried to kill you at this beach. Oh! So apparently back in the day, when Serge drowned, it was Lynx. After Prometheus broke the link between fate and the flame, fate tried to eliminate any obstacle that stood in its way. Okay, after, Serge came into contact with the flame and the system went into lockdown mode, I'm guessing fate figured, maybe if we just kill the existing arbiter, that'll reset the system. In the meantime, the 6 dragons had sent Harley forth to try and gain possession of the flame, right? Harley made contact with Fate's biological incarnation, Lynx, and tricked him into temporarily joining forces. Right. Because her plot all along was to free the dragons and destroy Fate. Or destroy Fate and free the dragons. The elimination of the Prometheus circuit lock on the frozen flame was everyone's top priority. And yeah, I guess killing Serge did not help. Lynx and Harley abducted Luca, who alone could release the Prometheus lock that guarded the flame. There you go, but I guess that didn't work either. But the whole attempt only ended in failure. Then they just waited for you to appear instead. So yeah, that's why he kidnapped Luca. And killed her, I guess. You see, Fate calculated that you would one day cross the dimensions and try to make contact with the flame. I don't know how to break this to you, but Lynx was actually your father, Wazuki. Wait, what? Wait, what? Oh no, did you just Star Wars me? Did you just Darth Vader me? Oh wow. And there's like no indication of that whatsoever. Even when Lynx dies, he doesn't show any sign of being our dad. Drawing closer to the flame caused him to become unstable, and the image of you dying in terror changed him completely. Finally, after having his psyche totally eroded, he lost his soul and was easily integrated by fate. It was actually a side effect of bringing Serge into contact with the flame. It healed Serge, but Wazuki came into contact with the flame too, and then fate just rewrote itself over his brain. Slowly, but it happened. Fate turned Wazuki into a biological interface, modeling him after your worst fear at the time, a panther. There you go. And yeah, you would remember. The only indication we get of this is when Marge, Serge's mom, says, "I don't know what happened over at the Dead Sea, but that incident changed your father." She didn't say how it changed him, but yeah, apparently it changed him pretty good, didn't it? Although Wazuki managed to escape from Chronopolis with you, he later completely succumbed to fate. There was one of those little phantom dudes in Chronopolis was supposed to tell us that they used their brain programming and stuff to have Miguel stay over at the Dead Sea, so that's why he stayed there. Fate programmed it. Humans are such fragile, disjointed, imperfect things. Love and hate, life and death. Perhaps even fate itself dreamed of using the flame to someday reincarnate itself into a new species. It is quite sad, really. It's like when you gaze into the flame gazes back into you. I guess so. Is that it? That's it. Let's see. If I have Kid talk to Luca. Sorry for making you sad, Kid. You see, we no longer exist in this timeline. I guess they're dead. I guess they're really dead. But it is a relief to see that you have grown into such a fine-looking lady. But of course, you're beautiful. After all, you're the great Luca's little sister. Ha ha. She doesn't have pink hair like you, but okay. Sis. Well, good luck, Kid. Give it your best shot. Show us the life forms that exist on this planet what our new future will be. Alright, that's all they're going to say to us. Let's see. Let me recap a few things that they didn't quite explain. I already explained about how Wazuki... Okay, first up, they didn't really do a good job explaining it, but, so Serge died, right? Lynx killed him. Wazuki had been reprogrammed by fate, and he killed Serge. That's it. Well, way off into the distant future, Balthazar saw all this, because, Chronopolis studies different time realities, and he saw all of this, and he knew that Serge was the arbiter of the flame, and he thought, well, dang, if anybody could save Serge, it would be, or if anybody could save Shala and defeat the Time Devourer, it would be Serge, because he touched the flame and touched Shala and all that good stuff. But he died, so that's not good. So what he did is he found Kid from some other timeline, a future timeline from 1020 AD, and sent her back in time to the point where Lynx drowned Serge, and she stopped that from happening. Now, we don't exactly know how she did it, but she managed to save Serge somehow. And I'm guessing her astral amulet is Shala's pendant. The magical pendant, and it's something to do with that, plus the time travel. When she saved Serge, it caused the worlds to split up in two, so there you go. And also, regarding Shala, Kid's pendant, they said it would, when she was in danger, it would rewind time a little and send her to a safer point. That's what she was talking about when she said she sometimes loses her memory when she gets into real dangerous situations. It's still kind of a stupid excuse. One more thing I want to point out, and I never knew this, or I never considered this, H.C. Bailey, after watching his Let's Play, he brought this up. He said that Harley, in a sense, is a clone of Shala too. That when the dragons created Harley, they did so using the Frozen Flame. And the Frozen Flame connects them to Lavos, And Shala, technically, is a part of Lavos. So, in a sense, Harley is another clone of Shala. I don't know if that's true or not, but it would certainly explain why why Kid and Harley have the same face. If you look at their portraits, they have the exact same face. I mean, obviously Harley's got all that clown makeup on, but it's the same shape of face and it's the same expression and it's the same angle. So there you go. Whew! So I think that's all we need to know. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make one final party adjustment. I'm going to bring in my favorite 2 characters for the final boss, and I'm not going to do the final boss in this video. I'm going to end off right here. I'm going to make a couple of element and equipment changes, and I will catch you in I'll catch you in a minute. Okay. I actually went ahead and I had enough money. I forged 1 more spectral glove, so I actually got 2. And I may decide to use 2 of them, and maybe I'll be using multiple characters that have gloves in New Game Plus. I don't know. I got an extra one on hand. Alright, now, as you see, I chose Riddell and Draggy for no other reason than that they are my favorite 2 characters, although Draggy is kind of a hindrance because, well, I kind of want somebody who has a full element grid, and Draggy's missing a few level 1 slots, but hopefully we'll be alright. Now, setup, I have just about the, stone stuff on everybody, except for Riddell. She has the green plate. Because she has the lowest HP, she's a little bit more at a vulnerable position than everybody else. And I gave her a green brooch, and I gave Draggy a star fragment, and basically just more defense boosting stuff than offense. And let me tell you, you can bring any characters you want. Make sure you bring in somebody that's got good stamina recovery. You don't want somebody who has a crappy stamina recovery, like Viper. Now, let's take a look at our weapons. Or our elements, rather. All I did is I put... Remember that order I keep saying? Yellow, red, green, blue, black, and white? I went ahead and put it on just about everybody. And I gave Serge the Chrono Cross. So we have weak stuff. Actually, you know what? As much as I want to do a heal and a cure plus, it would probably just be better to save on element power, do a heal and a cure. So, yeah, let's actually do that instead. No, right there. Yeah, so we just, yeah. So we just got the colors of those 6 colors that I keep telling you to remember. I've got them all in there. Now, it was a little awkward with Draggy because he ran out of level 1 slot, so I had to bring him up to level 2. That might be somewhat counterproductive. That might not be very wise. But I want to use Draggy, dang it. So, there are 2... Well, yeah. I'll save all that for the next video. Anyway, this is the end of this video. We have only one more thing to do, and that is defeat the Time Devourer. And we will do that in the next video. Until then, I am 480 volts. See ya!